you know that we are living in a material world, and you are a material shill? Look at those lions. Female lions. People in this realm are enthralled with the material world, and it isn't just material shit that you buy at the store. It's the physical, material world. Look at that waterfall. Don't you see the beauty? Well, it is pretty. I can admit to that. It is pretty. I've always liked the look and sound of waterfalls. Been drawn to them. There is something kind of magical about them. And sunsets over the water, whether it's over the ocean or one of the Great Lakes. It is pretty. I can see the aesthetic beauty of cities and architecture, skyscrapers. It does give you a feeling. It does. What about nature? What about going out in nature? Seeing deer and seeing moose and elk. All sorts of animals. Critters and creatures, as people call them. There is something fascinating about different animals. Physical bodies. And music. But music is artificial, it's part of art. Mother Earth doesn't make music. We do, spirits do. Music is spiritual. Do you understand? Art is from artificial. Outside of nature, something outside of nature. Nature doesn't make records, doesn't make paintings, it doesn't write poetry. Look at the waves here, the ocean. Something rhythmic and soothing about it, right? Do you understand? Are you picking up what I'm throwing down here? Look at this gray wolf. Magnificent. Wild. Free. Or so you think. You think there's freedom out there in the wild. Is there really, though? Or is it mainly a struggle to survive, to eat, to not be attacked, to not get sick, to not die? Survival. Is that real freedom? Just trying to survive day after day after day after day. A fight to survive. See, freedom isn't that peaceful or tranquil in this realm, is it? In this material realm. Flowers, plants, oceans, mountains, volcanoes, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, cyclones, tsunamis, firestorms, volcanic eruptions, blizzards, droughts, great floods, plagues. The list goes on and on and on. But it can be peaceful here. It can be beautiful. Sometimes. Certain moments. Is it overall, though? Can you look at the big picture, or are you just wrapped up in tiny moments and tiny fleeting memories? Is that what you focus on? Don't worry if that's you. You're common. That's what almost every being in this realm does. They just focus on the good and stay positive, and they get recycled here endlessly, like drops of rain do. What happens to the rain? How do you think it rains? It gets recycled. It's a recycling system. It's also a recycling system for spirits, not just for rain. not just for your breath, oxygen and CO2. All of that gets recycled by plants, by oceans, by trees, by clouds. All of it. It all gets recycled. You're in a recycling system. You don't have to agree. That's the thing. It's true. No matter if you shake your head defiantly, stubbornly, and disagree, doesn't matter. It's still true. You're in a closed ecosystem, a recycling system, and a recycling system of bodies, minds, and spirits. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree. It's still happening. That's where some of you are wrong. You just don't understand. You won't have freedom until you start accepting what's going on, facing it with courage and honesty and honest spiritual eyes. Look at this beautiful wolf. Fierce and beautiful. Amazing. I love wolves. I've always loved wolves. I was almost sick the first time I saw someone with a wolf pelt. Because I do care for wolves. I always have since I was a little boy. I would visit them. 5, 6, 7 years old, I'd go visit the wolves and speak with them. You don't have to understand. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to do anything in this realm of lies. You can go follow the liars for all I care. I've come to terms with that. Most people love the lies of this realm. They love liars. They love the lies. They love everything that's destructive. They love it. They love it. They love it. We are in a realm that contains beauty. But might that beauty deceive you? Might it be used against you? Might that beauty be something that can be used against you? Have you ever considered that to be a possibility? There's mountains, there's glaciers, there's fog and haze and misty, cloudy days, sunny days, cold, bitter cold days, freezing days. There's humidity, there's wind, there's air pressure, there's atmospheric conditions. There's all sorts of things going on in this realm. But a lot of people just focus on the physical beauty, physical bodies, the physical nature of this realm. Peacock, male peacock. Stunning, gorgeous, vibrant, beautiful. Can you see past the physical beauty in the material realm? Can you see deeper? Can you see bigger? Can you widen your scope? Or do you have tunnel vision? Maybe you can't see very far. Maybe you can't see very wide yet. Might have tunnel vision. I noticed something. A lot of people in this realm are very impressed by physical feats, athletic feats. Who can run the fastest? Who can run marathons and swim great distances? Who can hold their breath the longest underwater? Who can do gymnastics? Who can lift the most weights? Who can fight the best in mixed martial arts or in boxing? There's a lot of that in this realm. If you're honest, people are impressed by parkour flips off of railings and buildings, and people are impressed by extreme sports and skydiving and all sorts of things like that. The physical, tricks on BMX bicycles, tricks on the water on water skis, or downhill skiing, flips, jumps, tricks, physical feats. People find physical feats, they find athletic feats highly impressive. People find all sorts of physical feats impressive. Who can jump the highest? Who can run the fastest? Who can run long-distance marathons? Who can swim across a great lake? Who can swim the fastest? Who can lift the most weights? Who can do gymnastics? Boxing, who's the best boxer? Who's the best weightlifter? Best bodybuilder? The best at mixed martial arts fighting? Physical feats, who can hold their breath underwater the longest, dive the deepest? Physical attractiveness, something that impresses most in this realm that they focus on. The physical, the material. There's a lot of focus in this realm on the material. We are living in a material realm, or as that song goes, a material world. Living in a material world. And there's material girls and material boys in this material world. Quite often people are focused on the physical, not just the physicality of nature, the sky, the earth, the ocean, the sun, but the physicality of this place. Physicality, the material, not just money, but or things you can buy, homes, cars, material bodies, the landscapes, everything that's material or matter or said to be matter. It might all be an illusion. Matter is what I'm speaking about. Molecules, atoms could be an illusion. What you're looking at on the screen could be some kind of very advanced, complex, tricky illusion. This might not be the material realm that people assume it is, but they are focused on the material. They're impressed by the material in this place, if you notice. Most people are very impressed by the material, not just by plants and flowers and waterfalls and rivers and lakes and oceans and mountains, but everything material here seems to be more impressive. Athletic feats seem to impress people here. Material feats of racing cars or racing jet airplanes, racing boats, racing motorcycles or snowmobiles. People are hooked on the materiality of this place, the physicality. People are impressed by athletes in sports, basketball, football, hockey. Do you understand? They're impressed by skyscrapers and cities and what we can build that's material. The physical, the material impresses people. Now, how often does someone's intelligence impress someone else? Their ability to think, to analyze, to philosophize, to see truly, to be creative, artistic, to write, their ability to write meaningful writings, creative writings, or essays, or poetry, their ability to draw, paint, share things creatively. That's not very impressive in this realm for most. The ability to problem solve, to figure things out, to look at mysteries and solve the great mysteries, their ability to comprehend, their ability to teach others, these things are not impressive to most in this realm. Spiritual abilities, supernatural abilities, psi abilities are not impressive to most in this realm. Most could not care less. Now, if you could stand on the street and do a backflip, or show your abs, or flex your biceps, most people are impressed by that. Much, much more. The physical, what they can see and touch. That's what most people want. A lot of people will hate you if you're highly intelligent or very creative artistically with singing, with writing, with drawing, with painting, with sculpting. They'll hate you for it. They'll hate you if you're a genius intellectually. They won't love you for it. They won't admire you. They won't appreciate you if you share with them, if you share your genius with them. They will resent you and be jealous and envious and hate you, despise you, and want to do you harm. Quite often, the mob or the crowd will organize against you and stand against you. If you are such a being of genius, you will be hated and despised, resented for being how you are and for sharing your insights, your discoveries, your connections, the patterns you see, the evidence you see to back up your theories. You will be hated and despised in this realm for that. If you are highly spiritual, you will be hated and despised for your spiritual vision, for your peace, for your contentment, for your way of seeing that there's more than just material shit in this realm that ends up rotting or going into the sewer or dying in the case of plants and trees and leaves, or bodies rotting as corpses. You will be hated if you see that there's more than just the physical that degrades in this realm. You will not be understood if you are a highly spiritual being, or if you are a being of genius, intellectual and or creative genius. You will be resented and despised by the majority. You will be appreciated and comprehended and understood by a rare few in this realm. Now, if you could do physical tricks, you would be appreciated and people would be impressed with you right off the bat without much effort to impress them. If you could do magic tricks with material things, if you can do athletic tricks, stupid human tricks, flip off a building and land on your feet, do a backflip on a BMX bike over a jump, things like that, skateboarding tricks. People love those videos, those compilation videos. They get millions of views on YouTube. Skateboarding tricks and BMX bike tricks and tricks on motorcycles and flips that people do and all kinds of athletics and physical tricks, and people love to see the physical. In fact, that's what most only see. They can't see beyond that. They're limited to seeing only, exclusively, the physical nature of this realm. They can see what's on the screen and agree. They can see the birds. They can see those ducks. They can see the grass. Unless they're colorblind, they can see the colors like I can. They might not even agree on the colors. They might say that water's very blue, and I see it as very greenish colored water. I see it more as green than blue. It's more the color of that shrub in the foreground, or in that little peninsula that juts out there. Very close to that color. They can see the waterfalls. Can they see and understand spiritual things? Can they understand theories? Can they understand the meaning of this realm and how it works? Or is it just easier for almost all in this realm to say it makes no sense? They just shake their head and say, this place Doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Or they'll simplify. We're here just to learn lessons and pass away, and we come here to experience the physical, they say. It's just for fun. All this suffering that they don't notice is just for fun. Including the physical suffering here, not to mention the mental, emotional, spiritual suffering of this place that degrades spirits. Most don't see where they are. They can see the clouds and the waves. They can see the water. But that doesn't mean they see the realm. They don't know where they are. They don't know where they are. They don't know what this realm is. They might see these waterfalls, but they don't know where they are. If you understand. This is all they see. You could stand there with these beings and say, what do you see? What are you thinking when you look at these waterfalls? Are you thinking about the whole realm, or are you just witnessing falling water? The streams of water. That water might have more consciousness than most people. More memory and more consciousness. Most people don't have very much. They don't show very much. They don't seem to think very much. They don't wonder very much. They're not curious that much. If they are, they sure keep it close to their vest. They don't demonstrate it. They don't express it. They don't seem to want to know where they are. They don't seem to put much thought into it, much effort, much energy, much consciousness, much conscious thought, much analytical thought, or what I would call much spiritual thought, using one's spirit to see, my spiritual eyes to see, not just my physical, human meat suit avatar eyes. My spiritual eyes can see. My spiritual eyes can see. Do you understand? Do you understand? Or are you just distracted by the beauty? Are they going to distract you on your way out of here when your body dies and your spirit tries to leave? Are they going to show you magnificent, remarkable, beautiful wonders and distract you and make you feel at home in another prison? A lot of New Age people say, don't you see the beauty? Oh, I do, but that's the tip of the iceberg. I see more than you. You're stuck on this, and I'm pointing at my screen. I'm pointing at the nature footage, the visuals here. You're stuck on that. I see more than that. You're at that level. I'm rising above, higher and higher. Take me higher. Take me higher. Higher and higher. Higher than heaven. Higher than any drugs could provide. I'm higher. What do I mean by that? Spiritually. Spiritually. See beyond my physical eyes. Hear beyond my physical ears and eardrums. Think beyond my physical meat suit brain made of flesh and cholesterol and some chemicals. That's not me. That's not me. That's just a suit that I'm wearing. That's not me. It's just a vehicle. It's just a vehicle, mate. It's just a vehicle. It's just a vehicle. See beyond the sunset. See beyond the sky and the clouds. Fly higher than the birds. I'm flying higher. I'm going beyond this realm. I'm going outside of this matrix. I'm not stuck here. I'm not limited to this. I'm not confined to this. I can appreciate the beauty in front of me when I experience it. But I'm not limited to this, to the blossoms on the trees, to the rays of the sun, to the cold crispness of the air in autumn or winter, or the heat on a hot summer's day, the warmth, the humidity. Or the feeling of the spring rain. I'm not limited to this place and this body and the ground here and the trees and the plants and everything that grows here or seemingly grows here. Could be an illusion. It appears to grow. Is nature truly natural? People assume it is. Well, of course it is, Stephen. It's nature. The answer's in the word, nature. Well, that's a word. A word describes something. A word is not the truth. A word is a word. It's a descriptor. There's all sorts of things with words that are not true. It's nature. The word itself says it's nature, natural. It doesn't mean anything to me. That's not proof. A lot of you are fooled by words. Words given to things fool you. They give you words, and they own your mind with language and media and textbooks and labels, catchphrases. Buzzwords, platitudes, cliches. They simplify things to control you. Look at these mountains, snow-capped mountains, and the blueness of the water. Beautiful. But am I limited to this? No. No, I'm not. I'm greater than this. Maybe one day you'll understand. Maybe you never will. That's a possibility that I consider. Maybe you never will go far enough. Maybe you'll not go as far as I do. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're weak. Maybe you're attached to this physical realm and the physical beauty and your physical body and the physical roads and cars and street lights, city lights and buildings and everything here that you can touch. Maybe you're addicted. Maybe you're attached. I don't know you. Maybe you can't view, feel, admire, enjoy without being attached. I can enjoy the flowers without being attached to them. I'm not attached to your realm. Maybe this is your realm. This isn't my place. This isn't my place. I'm from beyond here. I'm greater than this place. This matrix is but a tiny, tiny little black cube with some illusions and light shows and wonders, some trickery, some magic. I'm greater than this. I'm greater than this. I'm beyond this. I'm an eternal, magical being. A sovereign, eternal, magical being. I always was. I forever will be. This place can't contain me. I'm more fiery than what's on the screen. I have more fire than that inside of me. I'm not just a spark or a divine spark or just a spark of madness. I'm more fire and lava than you could ever imagine. Ever. I'm more passion than you could ever imagine. I'm greater than this. Darkness and light. Who's this guy? I don't know who this is. The material is the material. I'm not attached. This is not my realm. I will have my own kingdom, and my own queen, and my own freedom, and my own creations, and my own beauty, and my own peace. My own. I am my own being. I am a mad Viking. Do you understand? Again, maybe you never will. And that's okay. I've come to terms with that. I've come to terms with most people never understanding me when I'm saying. A lot of times they fool themselves and they believe that they understand me, but they don't. They can repeat some of the things I say. They can memorize some of my catchphrases, slogans, hashtags. But they don't truly understand me as a being. They probably never will. Most will never attempt to understand other beings. They don't care enough to understand, to put in the energy and the effort to try to understand and comprehend another being in a deep way, deeper than that water on the screen, and higher than these houses, these buildings here, side of this cliff. Higher. I'm higher than this. I'm higher. I'm higher than this. I'm higher. I'm higher than heaven. I'm higher than heaven. Maybe you'll never understand. That's you. That's on you. And that's your fault if you don't understand. That's on you. Maybe you'll never understand. I don't know. I don't know if you will. I hope you do. But that's just hope. Hopes don't change things. I hope that you enjoyed this, but maybe you didn't. Maybe you're too far gone. Maybe you're too lost. Maybe you have work to do. I will be leaving this place one day. This is not where I'm from. This is not my home. No matter how much you try to boast it up, this is not my home.